Hello and welcome to the Hornet Talk podcast, the 50th episode special. It's mad to think that we have made it to 50 episodes. It doesn't even feel like we've done that many, but here we are. It is episode number 50. And yeah, it's going to be a belter of an episode. So today we are going to be doing a keep, loan, sell of the 25-26 Watford squad. And back by popular demand, every single time we do a special, though we always have one, we got the world famous Liam Brenton quiz, and that will come your way later on in the episode. So without further ado, let's introduce the hosts for the evening. So we have Jacob Beecher, Liam Brenton, George Friquiche, and Harry Phillips. Jacob will be taking you and hosting through the keep, loan, sell section, and then obviously we will cross over to Liam for the quiz. Good evening, Beecher. How are you?
Good evening. I'm very well. I'm looking forward to talking about the Watford squad. And to be honest, I want to see what you especially say about the squad. And obviously, it'll be great to get the boys' insight on some of the players.
100%. Good evening, Liam. How are you?
Yeah, good evening, Kaiden. I'm doing well. Rory McIlroy going back in the Masters yesterday was good to see for me. So, yeah, I'm really buzzing with that. But, yeah, should be a good one. Excited for this one. 50th episode. Who would have thought it?
Yeah. Starting this, I didn't think we'd, get to 10, let alone 50. Good evening, George. How are you?
Good evening, Kaiden. I'm doing well. Boring to be back at school, but hey ho, almost at the end. But how are you doing, mate?
I'm not too bad, mate. I'm just excited to get started. And finally, good evening, Harry. How are you?
Yeah, I'm doing well here in America. As George just said, back at school, but glad to see Rory McIlroy back to back in the Masters. So yeah, all good spirits today.
Good to hear. So let's get started straight away, and I will hand over to your host for the Keep, Loan, Sell, Jacob Beecher. Take it away, Jacob.
Wonderful. Right, lad. Now, obviously, it's been, for me, I would say, not the greatest season for Watford that I've ever witnessed. I've seen some pretty bad ones in my day, though. And today we're going to be going through the squad. I'll just go through all of you, and yeah, we'll see everyone's hot takes. And if there's some that I or the boys disagree on, we'd love an explanation. So we'll start with Egil Selvik in goal. Kaiden, keep, sell, loan.
Well, unfortunately, I would say keep. Last couple of weeks, I've not been a big fan of Selvik. I think he's turning more and more into a liability, and I see a lot of what I saw in Bachmann coming through him at the moment. So keep for now, but I'd be more than happy to sell him in the future.
Yeah, I think you bringing up Bachmann's giving me a lot of flashbacks to your little crash outs you used to have. I'd go to George next. Selvik, keep, sell, loan.
Well, personally, due to at the moment this being the only proper match starting goalkeeper that we have, I will keep him because, as I will allude to in a few minutes, Nathan Bax and Alfie Marriott can't rely on them to be full match starters. So keep Egil Selvik.
Yeah, I think unless you can really get a great shot stopper in over the summer, he'll be dead set. Liam, how about yourself?
Yeah, I'm going to agree with the rest of the lads and go for keep Selvik. I think looking at he's our number one and he's made some crucial saves for us, and I think he's a good shot stopper. Maybe not from free kicks and set pieces. He does struggle in that area, but if we could bring another keeper in, I'd like another keeper maybe to overtake Selvik, or maybe a number two to Selvik. But no, I'd definitely keep Selvik.
Smart man. Right, Harry, what about yourself?
Well, Simon Cowell would say it's 4 yeses, and you're through to the next round. I would agree to with everyone else that we have to keep in. I doubt our ability to find a keeper in summer. And when I left, I grabbed my Egil Selvik Christmas poster, which I got from the Stoke game at home. So yes, I'll be keeping Egil.
Yeah, I think that's probably going to be the most unanimous you all are. And obviously, I would agree with that. Just keep, unless you do get somehow you actually are smart with your transfer business and actually bring in a keeper. Next, George has already mentioned him, so I'll start with you. George, keep, sell, loan Nathan Baxter.
Well, to be honest, I would loan him out because if he gets some League One or more League One or League Two experience, or maybe even lower Championship, like if he's out there for like a year, maybe two, I think he'll start to become a better goalkeeper. So I will keep him in the loan spot.
Smart lad. Kaiden, what about yourself?
It's difficult with Nathan. I was a massive fan of him when he was at Bolton. He's come to Watford, had a couple of good games when he first came in for Celtic, and then he just dropped off drastically. I just have no faith in him. But on the basis that I don't think the club are actually going to invest and go and get a second keeper in the summer, keep him. But in an ideal world, I'd sell him on.
Yes, to be honest, this is probably the first time and only time I'm going to say this. I absolutely agree with you. It would probably be the smartest to keep him. Just thinking about the transfer window, and if you do actually bring in a goalkeeper, it's very unlikely. What about yourself, Liam?
Look, I'd agree with George here. I'd go for loan. Obviously, only coming in the summer, he needs some experience because he hasn't had the game time that he's been looking for at Watford. I do think, no bias intended here, but I do think Huddersfield would be a good fit for him. I do think some League One experience would do him some good because he played well there, and hopefully he can do well for us in the future. But at the minute, I agree with George, and I would loan him out to a League One side.
Two agrees. Harry, are you going to agree with those two?
No, I'm actually going to agree with Kaiden here. Shock of the century. I think he needs to be. I think he needs to stay in those games which he came in for Celtic. Apart from the FA Cup game, which unfortunately George went to, he seemed all right. He seemed like an average backup goalkeeper for Watford, similar level to Bond, and I just don't see the point in loaning him out because of his age. He's not like Marriott, which is young. And he out of the goalkeepers there, he looks the happiest to be here. So I'll be going keep for Nathan Baxter.
It's very split there. We're going to move on from the goalkeepers now, and we're going to go on to a player that I rate very highly, and obviously you boys know that very well. James Abankwah. We'll start with Harry. Keep, sell, loan.
Well, it's not really up to me. It's if Gino Pozzo wants to send him back our way, and if it was up to, I'd love James Abankwah to stay. He's such a versatile footballer. Can play centre back, can play right back, can even go at left back if he needs to. And he adds that pace to the back line, which we most of the time desperately need. So for me, a big keep for James Abankwah.
I would absolutely agree with that. We'll go on to Liam.
Yeah, I 100% agree with Harry here. Keep. I'd love to see him back in a Hornet shirt next season. He's been pretty much a brick wall at the back. And Beecher, you told me about him when he joined before in last January. I knew that he was going to be a brilliant player, and he has turned out to be a good player for us. And I do think we'd be missing him next season. I can't lie if we lose him. I'd rather him come back than Gogliachidze, but we'll get onto that in a minute. But no, I would definitely keep James Abankwah for next season.
Yeah, absolutely. What about yourself, Kaiden?
Oh, I was so wrong about James Abankwah. When he was announced, I said to the lads, I said he's going to be terrible, but look, he's bloody brilliant, and I think this is one of the biggest keeps of the night, simply because he is so important to us. If Ngakia gets injured, he goes at right back, and he's the perfect pairing next to who I think our best defender is in Matty Pollock.
Absolutely. Well, as you're saying, it's arguably the biggest keep. I feel like that might be the Simon Cowell golden buzzer. But now moving on to the man that actually mentioned him, Harry. What about yourself?
For which player? Sorry.
For James Abankwa.
Oh, I've already stated that I would like to keep
George.
James Abankwa.
Apologies, I was looking down the list and my eyes are a bit dodgy. Sorry about that.
Always forgetting me. But with James Banquer, if I could, I would definitely not forget him. What? Sorry, I would definitely keep him. But that's only if Gino actually bothers to send him over from Udinese. That's if Gino wants the most expensive, he'll have to pay his flight tickets from Blooming Dublin to here. So, yeah, keep James Banquer.
Yeah, absolutely. Apologies about the blunder there. We'll move swiftly on. And I'm going to start with Kaiden for this one. Kevin Caben, keep, sell, loan.
Well, look, when he first joined, he was brilliant. He's fallen off of a cliff. I don't recognise him from the player he once was. I'd sell him. I'd definitely sell him going into the summer.
Moving swiftly on, Liam.
Well, look, I have to agree with Kaiden here. I'd sell. I mean, he was okay at the start of the season. I thought him and Pollock did well, and I do think he was a good defender for us. But obviously, we've seen it recently. He hasn't been very good, and he's been known to errors. So maybe we could sell him off to Udinese for some money, but maybe we could make some good money out of him. But so that's why I'd definitely go for sell here.
Yeah, absolutely. What about yourself, Harry? Keep, loan, sell.
Get him as far away from our football club as possible. He is utterly. I don't care if it's loan or sell. As long as he's gone, I'll be happy. I'll voluntarily piggyback him to any club he will sign to. But for me, definitely sell. Let's try and get some money back on the transfer fee bought for.
Yeah, absolutely. I think this is turning into another 4 yeses. George, what about yourself?
Yeah, and it will be the 4 yeses. I'll definitely sell him because just get some money into the club as soon as possible. Because with Kevin, he's not the greatest player in recent times, and he's fell off a cliff, like Kaiden stated earlier. So I would definitely sell Kevin Keben.
Wow, that's a unanimous sell, and a big sell at that from everyone in the group. Next, what I feel like, from what I hear a lot from you guys, the polar opposite. Matty Pollock, and we'll start from George this time. Keep, loan, sell.
So, no, I'm just kidding. Definitely keep Matty Pollock because obviously he's a leader, and after what we saw at Oxford, he obviously wanted to apologise publicly to all the fans. So I'd rate that so much from him, and he seems like there's a down to earth guy and Watford lad through and through. I know Kaiden liked the sell bit at the start. He'll definitely agree.
Yeah, I think he is one of, if not the best player at Watford this season. Harry, what about yourself? Keep, loan, sell.
It's a pretty easy one for me. It has to be keep for Matty P. He's such a. I didn't mean to rhyme there, but it sounded great. He's such an influential player in our squad, and he should be club captain for next season once Imran Loser sods off to another club. So yes, Matty Pollock is a keep.
Well, the beautiful wordplay once more. Liam, what about yourself?
Agreeing with the lads here, I think it's going to be a consistent 4 yeses. I'm keeping Matty Pollock. Look, he's been a brick wall in defence. He's had some injury struggles this season, but when he's been in the side, he's been Mr. Consistent, and he's not afraid to put a tackle in. And as George said, the way he came out and apologised to the fans is proper captain material. So I would like him to be captain next season. So it's a definite keep from me.
Yeah, absolutely. And sorry if you heard that little bit of technical difficulties going downstairs. Kaiden, what about yourself? I feel like it's going to be another unanimous one, but I'd love to hear your.
For me, he's my favourite Watford player, so it's the easiest keep of the entire night. Mr. Consistent at the back, the absolute rock. He was crap at the start of his Watford career, but look what he's come to be now. He honestly is one of the best players at this football club, the easiest keeper of the night.
Yeah, I think that's always going to be a very big unanimous one. Obviously, next up, Manchester City loanee. I can't speak today. Stephen Mfuni. Now, this is obviously a player I've spoken about many a times, and obviously, you boys remember when I was writing all of my analysis work. He was a name that popped up. I'll start with Liam, who I speak a lot about Mfuni about. So, what do you think, Liam?
Well, you gave me the confidence in him, so I mean, he was really consistent for us. I was gutted when he got injured because you know what? I thought with him in the defence, we might have had a chance at playoffs because he was really, really good. He was probably better than Max Elaine. I would like them both to come back next season. Obviously, he's on loan at the minute from Manchester City, and hopefully Manchester City loan him back next season. So for me, it's a definite keep.
Yeah, absolutely. I feel like if we can get him back on loan, it'd be fantastic. Even a keep is less likely to happen, but yeah, that injury's definitely stunted his growth. So I'll go to Kaiden on this one.
Well, look, I want him back at the club as soon as possible. Can play centre back and is a pretty good backup left back to Bowler, but also with the midfield absentees at the moment and what we're potentially going to do in the summer, I think he's an option for the midfield. Why let's experiment it in the pre-season if we get him, play him as a DM and see what happens, because I think he's got the traits for it. So yeah, on the provision that he comes back, definite keep. Hopefully a permanent transfer, but that's never going to happen.
It's very unrealistic, but obviously we can hope for the best. I'll go to George next. Keep or try and bring back on loan, or are you willing to let him go?
Oh, with Mfuni taken back in the skip of a heartbeat, happily. He was such a talented player. In that, yes, he only played for a small bit of time for us, but when he did feature, he was absolutely quality. Like, imagine we can get Stefan Mfuni and Max Elaine back this summer. Game will be so back.
Yeah, Max Elaine, obviously someone we're going to speak on literally next. But after Harry, what would you say? Stephen Mfuni, would you like him back at the club?
Yeah, I think the lads have summed it up pretty well. Love Stefan Mfuni back at the club, and it'd be great to see him next season.
I feel like this is going way too smooth. You guys are proper all-in unanimous decision for these. Obviously, next, I feel like another one we're all going to be unanimous on. And I'll start with you, Harry. Max Elaine, would you like him back?
This one I'm a little bit scared of, just because of the fact that he is going up in age, and I doubt it will happen. And the fact that I really want to see Pollock in this side, and with Elaine and Mfuni at the club, I doubt that will happen. So I would much rather have Mfuni back over Elaine. So for that reason, I'm going to go let him stay at Man City and find another club.
Now that has surprised me. That's a definite. We'll go over to Kaiden for the next one. Kaiden, would you like him back at the club?
No, I'm in agreement with Harry. The first couple of games that Elaine had for us, it was terrible. Grew into it a bit, but Mfuni come in and looked 10 times the player that Mfuni was at the age of 17. So I would let Elaine stay at Man City, find another club, another championship club. The championship is his level at the moment. Don't go any lower and don't go abroad. But yeah, I wouldn't have him back at the club because I want Pollock in the side.
Yep. Straight on to George for this.
I will be trying to get Max Elaine back. Like I said when I was just talking about Stefan Mfuni, him and Mfuni at the back would be absolutely sensational. If they're both at the top of the game, they can be absolute brick wall. Nothing's getting past them because they both have pace and they both know how to put in a proper tackle.
Yeah, I agree with you on this one, and I feel like even if you try and bring him back, he won't be top priority. It would be great to have him back as a best case, but obviously for me, he wouldn't be top priority. What about you, Liam?
Well, look, I'm sort of in agreement with the lads. I think it's a toss-up between two arguments. For having him back, I mean, he's an England under 21 international. He could be playing on the world's biggest stage for England in a few years' time. Obviously, we saw him with Manchester City, had a few good games, and then got thrown in the deep end in the Champions League and struggled. But again, that Carabao Cup quarter-final, I think it was against Newcastle, he kept a clean sheet and he played really well alongside Kushner. So that's my side of the argument. And then again, I do agree with the lads in the sense that Mfuni was better than him when he came in. So I do see the idea where if both of them came in, where does that leave a Banker and Pollock in this team? Because they've been good for us, and I think it'd be harsh to drop both of them out, or at least one of them out. So for that reason, I am going to agree with Kaiden and Harry, and I'm going to say let him stay at Manchester City.
That's a very split one. I didn't really expect that, to be honest. But obviously, I'm siding with George in this case. Moving swiftly forwards, Saba Gogliachitse. Kaiden, would you, from what I remember, would you like?
I'm going to keep this very, very short and sweet. Get him gone. I don't think he's that bad, but please, he makes too many mistakes in very, very quick succession. So goodbye, Gogliachidze.
Right, and in your fashion, moving swiftly on, we'll go to George for this one.
For once, I'm surprised to say I might actually agree with Kaiden because in the past couple of games, he's not been at the best of his game. I mean, I can't really comment. I was out on Saturday, so I couldn't watch the Oxford game, luckily. But all I know is everyone was absolutely terrible. So, yeah. And the only good game that he's really had for us was that Preston away for his first game, when he put in that. He put in quite a few good tackles. For example, when he put that slide tackle in to block the shot. Forgot who it was for.
Yeah, absolutely. I would kind of agree so far with your guys' opinion and just kind of let him just do his own thing after Watford. Harry, what about yourself?
Well, as Kaiden mentioned earlier, he was wrong with the Udinese centre-back of Abanqua. Another Udinese centre-back he was wrong with was Saba Gogliachitse, and he came in and he was like, oh, he's going to be all right, he's going to be all right. And he's turned out to be absolutely useless. And for that reason, get him out of the club.
Yeah, fair enough. I'm feeling there's a bit when Kaiden kind of picks players and he thinks, oh, I like him or I don't. We'll go in the opposite way. Liam, what about yourself?
Yeah, I'm going to agree with the rest of the lads here. I think let him go back. He hasn't been at the races since he come in. On his debut against Southampton, he was brought on for a set piece, didn't mark his man. Obviously, that was breaking the rule of never bring on a defender in a set piece from a corner because, well, we know how that ended up. And I just think he's been inconsistent and struggled to really make an impact in the game and be defensively solid. So for that reason, I agree with the lads. We're going to go 4 yeses again to get rid of him.
Yeah, absolutely. And I feel as though everyone would, even the people listening to this will agree. Moving on, foremost Mendy. And this time I'll start with you, Liam. Keep closer.
I'll keep it short and sweet. He can get out. There you are. He can go. He hasn't played much, so he can go.
Yep. Swift again. You're taking in Kaiden straight here, and I'll move over to Kaiden.
Very, very easy. Mr. Useless. Get him gone.
Short and sweet. Just like Sabrina Carpenter's songs. I mean, wow. Harry, what about yourself?
He's not even in the best Mendy at Watford, so for that reason, get him out.
We are flying through this one. Just to even give George a chance to answer this one. George?
The best Mendy Liam spoke to on the phone, but definitely get him out of the club.
Well, I think that was pretty unanimous, and I'll have to agree. I don't think many people will have to expand on that. Moving swiftly on, Mark Bowler. And I'll start with you, George, because you got the short end of the stick there.
Keep him. He's such a good fullback when he's at the top of his game. And obviously, he scored a few games ago. Forgot what game it was. He definitely keep him. I mean, if we sell him, could get quite a bit of money for him, maybe 5 million at most. But definitely keep him because he's such a skillful player and he's just good on that left.
Yeah, I'd kind of agree with that, but I'd love to hear what the rest of the boys have to say. So, Harry, what about yourself?
Well, when we had both Bowler and Ngakia in the side, we had our best run of the season, and for that reason alone, I'd love to see more of Mark Bowler in a yellow shirt. So a big keep for me.
Yeah, absolutely. That was swift to the point. I'll go over to Liam.
Yeah, 100% agree. Keep. I think I agree with Harry there. When Bowler and Ngakia are in the team, they were really consistent. And Bowler's provided a huge amount of assists that have been really crucial for us this season. And I do think he's probably controversial here, but I do think he's probably one of the best left backs in the Championship, if I'm being honest. We've seen it at his time as Middlesbrough as well. I do think he's been really good for us. So hopefully we can keep him involved next season. So for me, that is a definite keep.
Yeah, absolutely. And I feel like it's going to be another unanimous one. Kaiden, what about yourself?
Well, Bowler's the classic Championship left back, isn't he? Easy keep.
There you go. You heard it here. Kaiden with an iconic statement there. Moving on again, we've gone very unanimous with some of these, and I think in the next couple it will change a little bit. So we'll start with Jeremy Petrie. I believe that's how you pronounce it. I always butcher it. And we'll start with Kaiden.
Well, he's serviceable. Not a right back. Not a right back. He is a right midfielder or a right winger. On the basis of him playing at right back, sell him.
Another short and sweet one. We'll move straight on to Harry.
No, this is where I'm going to disagree with Kaiden here. I quite like Patrice. I think he offers quite a lot. And although his defensive qualities aren't that great, I believe he's an improved Ryan Andrews. And so I thought he was a good bit of business in the summer. And I would like to see more of Jeremy Patrice, hopefully in a right wing back position. So for me, keep.
And we are split. That's the first time in quite a few players, I will say. We'll go on to George.
I will agree with Harry. Keep him because on his day, he's always he's like, say Jeremy Ngakia is injured, like now, for example, like when he steps into the team, he's actually quite good when he's playing in his normal position, but his defensive attributes are a whole nother story.
Well, it's looking like you're out of favour here, Kaiden, and we'll give the final blow to Liam. Keep, loan, sell.
Well, look, this is an interesting one, but I'm actually going to agree with Kaiden here. I would get rid of Jeremy Petrie or loan him out. I'm going to give you our reasoning now. So, in terms of Petrie, as Kaiden said, he's not a fullback, and we don't play a system with wing backs at all often. So, for having him as a wing back, yes, I definitely keep him. I agree with the lads there. He has a lot of pace. He has a lot of technical ability in the side. But if we're playing with a back four, which suits our setup, he doesn't work that well because he's not as good defensively. So for me, for that reason, I do agree with Kaiden. I would either sell or loan him.
Wow, that one is very split from the boys. Well, we'll move on to the name that got brought up quite a few times there. And I'll start with you, Liam. Jeremy Ngakia. Keep, loan, sell.
I mean, I think we're going to be all in agreement in this one. It's an instant keep. having his best season in a Watford shirt. You know, he can be a very injury-prone player, as we've seen. He's got injured again recently, but assist-wise, he's been really good. And that thunderous strike against Bristol City, I mean, wow, that was absolutely brilliant. And, you know, I feel like he's up there for player of the season. I'd probably put him number 2 at the minute, behind Imran Loser. So for that reason, Jeremy Ngakia to keep for next season.
Yeah, to be honest, I think everyone's going to be in agreement, even myself here. We'll go to Kaiden.
Keep.
What a one-liner. I mean, straight to the point. Harry.
We're going to see that Kaiden quote in history books someday. For me, for Mr. Jeremy Ngakdinho, he has to stay at the club. That strike against Bristol City alone allows him to stay for a lifetime. And yes, he's a wondrous right back, and his partnership with Bola was elite during the Christmas time. So yes, big keep.
Yeah, I'm in agreement with the history book statement of Kaiden's quotes. I feel like it's like that one Zlatan one when he joins the MLS. It's gonna be up there in the history books with that one. George, what about yourself?
Keep. Jeremy Ngakia is great. But the one thing I do not like about him, he did not score that Bristol goal when I went, and I literally had to change some family plans to go to that Bristol FA Cup game. So if only he could change it. If only he could change that day he scored.
Well, that's more words than Kaiden. I thought you were going to just stick and do the same quote, but there we are. Right, moving on quickly. Tom Ince. I feel like this will be a split one, to be honest. I'm not sure, but let's hear from Kaiden first with another, ultimately, probably one-liner.
Sell him now. He is too old and too haggard for this league. But I know what's going to happen. He will retire as a player and he will be Watford's next head coach. Watch this space, trust me. But yes, sell. Definite sell.
I think that was about 28 words, somewhere along there.
31 words, I counted it.
Was it all one word? It was just all in one breath, probably.
Yeah.
What about yourself, Liam?
Sell.
Another one-liner. Beautiful. Harry, we can go back-to-back one-liners.
We're not going to go back-to-back one-liners, and this is for the reason it's going to be keep. And here's why. I was there on New Year's Day when Tom Ince scored his hat-trick, and after the game, I got to meet him, and he was a lovely, lovely man and signed a thing over there for me. And for that reason alone, I'd like to see him at the club, maybe as a player-manager role in the background staff, and for that reason, keep Mr. Tom Ince.
Well, there we go. It's split now. And to be honest, I'm leaning towards you here, Harry. And obviously, I the one game I really remember Ince playing very well in was the first round of the Carabao Cup a couple of years ago against my MK Dons. Just wiped the floor with us. He was obviously two league difference, but insane nonetheless. Going on to George here.
Absolutely loves going Kaiden. So do you know what I'm going to say? Keep him, give him a lifetime contract, make him the first team manager.
That's one way to annoy Kaiden. I feel like he's going to be fuming after that one. To be honest, I kind of agree to keep him on, but honestly, I feel like he'll kind of just go into more of an academy role, and I feel like that would be a great thing for the academy to have, such as senior player just helping out a bunch, and I just think that would be a great addition. Now, moving on, for me, this was one of the best players of last season, and you know, I feel like it's changed a little bit since. We'll start with Kaiden because I feel like he'll have a very strong opinion on this one. Georgie Chakvatadze, keep, loan, sell.
Well, I can tell what I'm about to say to be quite unpopular. I'd sell him. His output is just not to what I expect of a Watford player. he was hyped up. He had, good spells, and I could probably count on my fingers the amount of good games he's had. His best performance probably against Wrexham. But yeah, I'd sell him and get as much cash as possible, because we know that clubs like Valencia are knocking for him.
Yeah, to be honest, I might be in agreement with you here. We'll move on to George.
To be fair, he's had a few good games, so like 6 or 7 good games, but sorry lads, no, to be fair, that isn't probably about how many good games he's had for us. Other than that, he's not done like very well, to be honest. Like, he's not been featured as much as I thought he would be, to be honest, this season. But compared to last season, he's fell off quite a bit, to say the least. And clubs like Valencia, if they're still cooling, I reckon if we get a sizable amount from maybe 15 million euros, maybe not that, definitely sell him.
Yeah, absolutely. And we just knew you were going to get that 6-7 reference in there. You've got an addiction to that. Moving on to Liam.
Well, look, I'm going to disagree with Kaiden there, and I'm going to go keep. For one reason, look, I feel like he creates a lot in this team. Like, obviously, we saw against Charlton on Easter Monday when we were live on Sky Sports main event. He created 10 plus chances in the match. I think it was like 13, if I'm correct. And there was a stat that it was like the most in Championship history since 2014 or something like that I was seeing, which is pretty damn good. And you know what? I feel like he's a player that frustrates me because he has a lot of talent, but then his end product needs to improve if he is to stay on. So I feel like if he works on his end product in pre-season and develops coming into next season, he could be a really influential player for us. So for that reason, I'm going to disagree with Kaiden, and I am going to keep Georgie Chakvetadze.
So I feel like I didn't think I was going to have to do this tonight, but I actually disagree with you, Liam, which is a first. But we'll see the tiebreaker here. Harry, what are we saying? Keep, loan, sell.
Well, the reason why he created all those chances is because we played against a terrible Charlton side and we managed not to get a win. And he, other than creating those chances, what do those chances really do? I didn't see that much from him in that game. That he was better than his QPR performance, but otherwise it wasn't that great. And he seems to have a large dip in form after that huge injury he had. I thought maybe he's coming back a little bit, but no. And unfortunately, although I love the bloke, it's his time for him to move on, and let's see if we get a little bit of a transfer fee for him. So sell.
Yeah, I'm in absolute agreement with you there. I actually forgot, so I'll go back. Hector Cipriano. And I'll start with George on this one. Keep loan, sell. Obviously, he's not from Peterborough, but in the summer. But how you find?
What was that thing about Peterborough? Sorry.
He came from Peterborough.
Oh, sorry. I think definitely keep him. We've been at him for 3 years now. Like, we've been always trying to get him just for that really cheap deal. But obviously, in the summer of 2025, he did become a free agent, and we got that pre-contracted, saying we could get him instantly as soon as that window did open. But I think definitely keep him, because when he is actually playing, he's great. Like, obviously, Hector and Image as the two holding midfielders, sublime.
Yeah, to be honest, I'd have to agree. I watched a lot of him whilst he was at Peterborough, and if you said he was a target for a while, well, we can see why he was a target now. Harry, keep, loan, sell.
For me, it's a massive keep. I really like what he offers and his potential. I feel he's Loser's best partner in the midfield this season, not down to his own qualities, but Loser was at his best when he played next to Cipriano. And I know the Cipriano fan club will be very upset if I tell him to sell. So for that reason, I'll be going keep for Hector Cipriano.
Hopefully, keeping on with this yes train and keeping train. Liam, what about yourself?
Well, this one goes out to Watford FC Aiden. I am going to keep Hector Cipriano because he's magic, as the chant goes. But in all honesty, I feel like, as Harry mentioned and George mentioned, he worked really well next to Imran Loser. And I do think he's been a target for a while from Peterborough. And I was impressed by him when he was in the side. Obviously, he had that drop off in form in October, November time. But then in December, he was really good until he got injured. And I'm gutted he got injured because he probably would have been a prominent role in midfield. And I feel like he would have done well for us and maybe bolstered our promotion push to the playoffs. So for that reason, I think Hector Cipriano is a really good addition. It was a really good addition in the summer. So for that reason, I'm in agreement with George and Harry. I would definitely keep Hector Cipriano.
Well, can we go 4 for 4? Kaiden, keep, loan, sell.
Keep Hector Protector at all costs.
Well, that was away from your normal one-liners, so we'll have to take that. Moving swiftly on, and I'll start again with you, Kaiden. Imran Loser, keep, sell, loan.
Well, let's get controversial here. Sell Imran Loser.
Would you like to elaborate?
It is his head's on the beach. Not been good enough for 3.5 months. Was good for us early on. Dropped off. Get him gone. Easy money.
Well, there you have it. I think that's going to annoy George just a tad. So I'll go straight over to George. George, how do you feel about what Kaiden said, and what do you think?
Match one Imran Loser shirt. And I've got Morocco flag, second Morocco flag. I've got another match one Imran Loser shirt. I think you might know who I sort of like, to be honest. So I personally say, no, I'm just kidding. Keep him, give him a lifetime contract. Doesn't matter if he's on the beach or not. Moroccan.
Wonderful. Right. Harry, what would you say?
Well, going on the theme of match one stuff, I actually have Imran Loser's match one training gear from when just before he went on loan under Valerian Ismail. And I thought, that would be the last training Loser will ever have for Watford. And he came back under Cleves and was immaculate since then. And so I would really like to see him stay, but I feel his heart and his brain has left Watford a long time ago. And for that reason, sell Imran Loser and get good money for him.
This is definitely one that's kind of split. Liam, where do you think you sit with this?
Well, look, I'm on the fence again. I mean, it's a tough one for me because obviously we did promise him Premier League football this season, or top flight football next season. So I feel like he was gone. He was gone anyway. So I would like to keep him, yes, because he's a really influential player on his day. I know he's dropped off in form. And as Kaiden said, his head's probably on the beach a little bit, so because he knows he's getting a move. But again, a really influential player. So I do agree with George in some extent. Yes, we could keep him on for next season, but it seems highly unlikely. So for that reason, I'm going to agree with Kaiden and Harry and go to sell him Loser. I feel like we'll get good money for him with Premier League clubs like Everton sniffing around for him. So I do feel like it would be a good move to get maybe 10, 15 million we should be asking for him on Loser. I think I saw the other day we've price tagged him at 14 million. So if we get 14 million for him, I would not be complaining because I feel like that's a good deal and that could help us get some players in to bolster maybe our promotion push next season. So for that reason, I'm going to agree with Kaiden and Harry and sell Imran Loser.
Well, there you have it. I'm going to go quite a bit rapid fire for the next couple. So, lads, do a Kaiden. That's what we're going to start calling it from now. One-liners or maybe one or two little small points. Right. Eduardo Bove, Kaiden.
Keep.
Wonderful. Liam.
Keep, needs a pre-season.
I totally agree with that statement. On to Harry.
Well, I think he's a vanity signing and is absolutely useless.
So what, is that a sell?
Yes, it's a sell.
That surprises me. George, next.
Keep.
There we go. Let's keep this train going. Pierre Equa. We'll start with you, George.
Try and keep.
Prime keep. Not her.
Try and keep.
I thought you're talking about prime, like the KSI drink. Right. Anyways, moving forwards. Harry.
The replacement.
What was that? Sorry, what was that first bit?
Keep. He's our Imran loser replacement.
He's your Imran loser. I'd agree with that, to be fair. Moving swiftly on. Liam.
Better French version of Sissoko. Keep.
That's one I agree with. Kaiden.
Keep.
Perfect. Again, we're going on to the other Mendy. Police Mendy. I always get it mixed up and how I say it. Kaiden, you first.
Keep.
There you go. Liam.
Little Mendy experience. I'd definitely keep.
2 for 2. Can we go 3 for 3? Harry.
Agreeing with the lads, keep. He's very small, but he's very productive, and so for that reason, keep.
Can we go 4 for 4? George.
So, no, I'm just kidding. Keep.
Has me on the fences there. Next up, I think everyone agrees here. Lifetime contract. Edo Kayembe. George.
Lifetime contract. Give him life.
I have to agree.
Keep him.
Harry, what would you say?
As I said to Pierre Aubameyang, signed a ting, get him on 5 years. Come on, Edo Kayembe fan club. He brings goals, he brings championship experience. Get him in this side. Come on, you Horns.
I do love it when you have to reference something, Harry. It was fantastic there. Liam.
Plays for Watford. He hates to loot and his head's fucking massive. Definitely keep. Lifetime contract.
Right, and I feel like this is where we halt on this one. Kaiden.
Liam said it there. All he's got is a big head. He's useless. The man is utterly useless. Get him out of my football club today. Rip up his contract and get Gino Pozzo to sell him, because that man is useless and he will do more harm than good going into next season. Please move him on.
Well, I tried to stop the We Love Edo Kayembe train, but it won't stop. It will never stop. Right, moving on. Luca Kurangard. Sorry. Forgot who I'd speak to. We'll go with Kaiden.
So
simple as that. Liam.
Ship him back off to Udinese. Sell.
And are we going to have another one to ship him off, Harry?
Yeah, put him back on the Viking ship he came from and send him back to Udinese.
Well, there you have it. George?
Back to pizza.
Well, there we are. I think we're all in agreement there. Next, I'll start with you, George. Rocco Vata.
Keep him. Top class.
Fair enough. Then I'll go to Harry.
Yeah, I remember watching him in Stevenage pre-season game when I was over from America, and he was top class. And from then on, he's been great, prevented by injuries. But for that reason, I love to see him stay at Watford. So keep.
Yeah, absolutely. You go to so many games, even though you're in America. I feel like you go to more than Kaiden. Liam.
We have to keep him. Such a good player and such a talent. Keep.
Kaiden.
Well, yeah, definite keep. Young talent, absolutely fantastic. Irish dynamite, easy keep.
That's the most words Kaiden said all night. Moving on, Vivaldo Semedo. Sorry, Vivaldo Semedo, and we'll start with Kaiden.
Sell.
The big three. Going on to Liam.
Loan, scored some late goals. Definitely think he's got a lot of talent, and a loan could do him some good. So for that reason, loan.
Wonderful. That's the first loan we've had of the night, actually, I believe, apart from if anyone said it on Baxter. Harry, what about yourself?
Keep. I think he is a valuable asset coming off the bench, and for that reason, we would have dropped so many more points if it wasn't for him. And for the memories of Norwich away during the Christmas time and that terrible goal he scored, and limbs in the away end, keep Vivaldo Semedo.
Wonderful. Now on to George.
Loan. I'll agree with Liam.
That's the first two people to say loan on the same person. That's nice. It's a good variety there. Right. And I'll start with you again, George, with Mamadou Doumbia.
I want to say loan again, but we won't have any strikers left. But if we get strikers in, loan. If we don't, keep. So it'll probably be a keep.
I feel like this will be the time, if Gino Pozzo is still at the club, and obviously operates the club. If he does stay, then you have to keep Doumbia. If not, then oh my god, get as many strikers as you can. Harry.
I'm on the fence of this one. I really like Dimbia's qualities. I just don't think he really knows where the back of the net is. And that's a situation for most of our strikers. But for that reason, I think it's time for him to sell. He's a valuable asset, but I think we need more players to come in who know where the goal is. And Vivaldo Semedo off the bench, I think, is more important than Dimbia in the starting 11.
Yeah, absolutely. And then moving on to Liam.
Look, I think we're all in a bit of disagreement here. I'm the first person to say keep because I feel like he's a young talent. I do think he needs to, as Harry said, needs to find the back of the net a bit more. But I do think we should keep him because, he's got the potential. He came in his first season from, Mali, and then all of a sudden started scoring goals for us. And it took him a while to find form. But now that he's found the potential there, I do think we should keep him.
Well, it's finally split again because we were on a roll there. Kaiden.
Keep Mamadou Doumbia. He's absolutely fantastic. Yes, he needs to find the back of the net a bit more, but he is absolutely fantastic. Everything he does, I like. His movement off the ball, when he plays next to Kjermgaard, he actually plays really, really well because they bounce off each other quite well. And that's the only time, really, I think Kjermgaard plays well. It's a definite keep for Doumbia. And I think I know the way it's going to go with the last three.
Well, let's go and talk about these last three. And I'll start with you, Kaiden. Quadwo Bar. That tongue twister. Quadwo Bar.
Keep. Easy.
Keep. Easy. As you like it. Liam?
100% agree with Kaiden. Definite keep.
That's a surprise. I can't believe I've agreed with Kaiden so much tonight, to be honest. Harry?
I'm on the fence, but I'm going to go with the lads. I don't like his attitude, but he's such a valuable asset and scares Championship defences so much. And when he's on his A game, he's a massive keep. So keep for me.
Wonderful. Right. George?
4 for 4, keep.
Well, he is going through to the next round. And that round being the 26-27 Championship season. Then straight on to Mama. And I'll start with you, George.
I'm Moroccan, keep.
As simple as that. Then we can go over to Harry.
The biggest surprise of this season, massive keep. He's so influential in our side.
I mean, there you have it. I to be fair, I would agree with that. I feel like he has been a really big part of the squad, and I feel like Liam and Kaiden will be in agreement. Liam?
Definite keep. We got him for 250 grand, and he might even play at the World Cup this summer, and then hopefully find the form into the new season. Keep.
Yeah, absolutely. And then Kaiden.
Absolutely keep Othman Mama, unless we get a ridiculous fee for him. like what some of the fees that have been reported, your 50 millions and whatever. So yeah, unless we get 50 plus million, keep him with all costs.
Absolutely. Right. The last player of the night. And honestly, this has probably got to be the biggest player that's got brought into the club in the summer. Kaiden, Nestori Irankunda, keep, loan, sell.
Sell. Easy money. Easy money. Easy money. We've got Barr, we've got Offman, and we've got loads of other really talented players. We've got Vata, for example, as well. Yes, Irankunda is a really, really good player, but I think it'd actually be quite clever to cash in on him and sell him on to the Premier League.
This somebody clip that and put that on TikTok. We're about to go viral. Liam, you next.
One to watch out for at the World Cup. Completely disagree with Kaiden. Need him here next season. Definite keep.
Yeah, I'd have to agree. That's the perfect way to put it. Harry?
Yeah, it was so bad take Kaiden that even Beecher's light went off. And for that reason, I'll be keeping Nestori Irankunda at Watford.
Yeah, my light went off it was so shocked. I'm gonna move on to George, and I feel like I know where this is gonna go.
Loan. No, keep him. Keep him every single day of the week. Don't know what planet Kaiden's on. Is he going to the moon or something? Nestori Irankunda is a keep every single day of the week.
Yeah, I'd have to agree, but yeah, whoever's running a TikTok, clip that now. Get that on the TikTok.
Liam?
That's
Liam, that's your job.
It's going straight on there. Don't you worry.
Yeah. That might be the worst thing I've ever heard, and that's the first time I'm going to say this. This is the first time tonight that we've all disagreed with Kaiden. So there you go. But yeah, lad, thank you very much for letting me host that. And there's the 25-26 squad. Keep, loan, sell.
Well, thank you very much, Beecher. Legend as always. Now I'm going to push straight over to Liam as he hosts our very, very, special quiz. Over to you.
Thank you, Kaiden. Welcome to the 50th episode quiz. Now, I will be hosting round one, which is all about this season's EFL. And then round two, I'll be passing over to my brilliant assistant for the quiz this evening, Harry, on Watford history. So, Beecher, I'll let you participate in this one because it's EFL, so I know you'll do good at this. And before we start, because we're not on Spaces, we can't put hands up. So what I'm going to do is suggest everyone make a buzzer noise. So we're going to someone can choose their noise. So we'll start with George. What is your buzzer sound?
6-7.
Knew that was coming straight out of your mouth. Beecher?
We'll go with Dons.
Kaiden?
If this would work, I'd use Sankoff this, but this isn't working. Let's go Ewans. There we go. Nice and easy.
Okay, we'll get straight into it. There are 15 questions in this, so I'll try and go as quick as I can. Some are easy, some are harder, and some are a closest answer wins. So, question number 1. Which striker is the top goal scorer in the championship?
Ewans.
Kaiden, go on.
Vapotnik.
That is correct. Kaiden wins the first point of the quiz. Question number 2. Which championship side has the most clean sheets in the league this season?
6-7.
Kaiden. No, sorry, not Kaiden, George.
This is a guess. I don't know why I did it. Is it Southampton?
No, it's not Southampton. George,
No.
You are frozen out. Beecher, Kaiden, go on. One of you.
Ewans. Millwall?
No, it's not Millwall. Beecher, you've got
Ooh.
3 to answer before they're back in.
I'm gonna go. I'm gonna say. I don't think it's Coventry, so I'm gonna go Middlesbrough.
Oh, it's not Middlesbrough. You're all back in.
No, it
You're all
can't be.
back in. Do you want me to give you a clue?
I swear
Yeah.
it's Cov.
yes, I think we're going to need it.
Top 6.
Cov.
You want
Go on, Kaiden.
Hull?
No.
No.
6-7.
Go on, go on, Beecher.
Derby.
No, it's not Derby. Harry might buzz in.
Oh.
Harry, I think Harry's got
6-7.
it. If Harry gets it, then none of you get the point.
Ipswich.
It's not Ipswich. George,
What?
back in.
6-7.
What?
Cov.
It is Coventry.
Oh,
It's Coventry.
oh,
Beecher.
already?
Follow your instinct.
I
It's
was
Coventry.
thinking about Cov, and then I thought normally the top of the league don't eventually have the most clean sheets. No. Right.
Okay. So the scores are George 1,
Yeah,
Kaiden
I've got-
1, Beecher 0. Go on.
I've got a point. First
Oh, here we
off,
go.
Harry, did you say Millwall?
No, that was me. Me.
Hey, did I go before you or did you go before me?
I went before you.
Give Kaiden the point.
Is it Millwall?
On the foot mob, Coventry and Millwall are tied on 16.
All right, you can both have a point. You can both have a point
Top
then.
10 respect moments of
Oh,
football.
Beecher's in
What
the
is
mud. Beecher's in the mud.
Kaiden's
I mean,
on 2,
thank you,
George is
but-
on 1, Beecher's on 0. Right, moving on. Question 3. Which League One side came from bottom to 7th position challenging for
You want-
playoff?
6-7,
You want-
6-7.
I'll go to George on this one.
Plymouth Argyle.
Do it as well.
Correct.
Yes.
Tom Cleverley, the man at the helm, bringing them
I
from
don't know
bottom
why I said
to 7th,
Cov.
challenging to the playoffs. So that leaves
Yeah.
Beecher behind on 0 points with Kaiden and
mean-
George both on 2. Next question. Now, you have to get all 3 here, and I hope you would get all 3. Which 3 relegated Premier League teams entered the Championship in 2025?
6-7.
George again. Go on.
Ipswich.
Oh, Beecher. All right, Beecher, go on.
Leicester.
Yeah.
It was definitely me.
And
yeah, Ipswich.
Yep.
No, not there.
Was it Sheffield United this year? Sheffield United.
No, it's not Sheffield United.
I know.
Was in one of you? I think George was next, so I'll go to George because he said it after Beecher.
Okay, so Ipswich.
Yep.
Leicester.
Yes, one more.
Yes. Yes.
Southampton.
Yes, George is
Yeah.
ahead on 3 points. Beecher, you got a mountain to climb, but I'm sure you can.
I was doubting Leicester. Leicester.
Next question. This is a bit of a weird one, but I've just thrown it in here anyway. Which newly promoted club began their championship season with an away game at Southampton?
6-7.
Go on, George.
Wrexham.
Yes, George is
That was a
ahead
guess.
by 2 now. Beecher,
Can we just verify?
mountain here.
Can we just verify that George hasn't got any assistants? Because it looks like through his glasses he's got like his phone up or something.
No, my phone's on charge. It's almost dead.
Right, okay, fine.
Kaiden, just because you're losing doesn't mean someone else is cheating.
Right. Anyway, next question, because I know we need to get on Harry's quiz, and we've already been filming nearly an hour. How many matches does each EFL team play in a full season?
6-7.
You want
George.
46.
George is ahead by 3 now, lads. Come on. George 5, Kaiden 2, Beecher 0. Come on,
How's this
Beecher.
happening?
I have
Jesus.
faith in you, Beecher.
Boys,
Beecher,
I
I have faith you're going to get this next one.
I'll go on mute. I'll give everyone a chance.
Okay. Next question. Which League One player is leading the scoring charts in League One? George, I know you're not buzzing
No,
in, but
it's
do you
not.
have any idea? Just
He's
see
not a
if you would
striker.
I haven't got Scooby Doo, mate.
Do you need a clue? Do you need a clue?
They play for Cardiff.
Yes.
They play for Leyton Orient.
Oh, I know who it is as well.
No. I'm
George,
doubting
George,
whether the
if you
player
just
I'm
get-
thinking of plays for them
Good question to sit out on
anymore.
George.
Connolly?
No, not Connolly.
No.
He also didn't say thingy.
His last name begins with a B.
Do you think I'm gonna know that?
I'm gonna search it up, but I'm not participating. So
Okay.
Beverly. I don't know. Dom's Beverly. There you go.
Go
His
on, give
first
it to
name
them,
is-
Liam. Give it
His
to them,
first
Liam.
name is Dominic.
they will never get that.
Nah, come on, Liam. Give it
Am I,
to them.
give, am I not
I
giving a
don't,
point?
in
there,
all
then?
fairness to
Yeah.
me, I don't really watch League One, so
Oh,
I
fair
wouldn't
enough.
know.
Right, okay, right. Well, no points there. The answer
Dominic
was
Ballard.
Dominic Ballard.
Oh no!
Oh,
I'm such an idiot. This is my This is my bread and butter. I should know this.
Jesus.
I'm not gonna.
Right. I'm going to give you all a chance to score a point here. There are 3 teams that you can guess. This is a bit of a weird question, but I'll put it in here anyway. Name one League One club noted for having one of the highest both teams to score percentages.
Done.
League One, Beecher. League One. Oh, yeah.
It's
Sorry, no.
Luton.
That's my
Junior
brother.
Buzzer, sorry. Oh, my God. Oh, Jesus. Right,
I'm-
go on.
Luton.
I'm gonna go Stevenage.
Stevenage is not on there, so you have not got a point.
6-7.
Kaiden, go on. No, you all get a go, so go on. Just random guess.
No, George, it's you.
Go on, Joe. Go on.
Oh, is it? Sorry. Orient.
Yes, George, you've got a point. Orient is 1. Okay, Kaiden, go on. Orient's gone. 2 remaining.
Scum?
No, not Scum. I'll give you both one more try. Go on. One more try of the League One side.
Can we get a hint?
One of them is in Yorkshire and one of them is in the almost Birmingham area.
6-7.
George, you can't. You've got a point already.
And you got your phone out, George.
That's what I keep thinking.
Got a
I
phone
was
on his
replying
hand.
to a message.
Right. Do
I can
you
show
want?
you
Do you
my
want?
chat catalogue.
Right. Well, I suppose you guys don't know it, so we'll just move on. The answers were Barnsley
Oh,
and Reading.
I was going to say Huddersfield.
Right.
Do you know what?
So George is ahead by
oh.
6-2 to nothing.
Well,
Who expected this?
If George gets 2, isn't it? George gets 2 or 3 more right, he's unanimous winner.
Possibly, but I'm gonna try. I'm gonna offer out
I'll
double
cheat
points
for
in a
these.
minute. Right. Okay. Beecher, if you don't get this one, I'd be amazed. Which League Two player is the top goal scorer?
6-7.
Go on.
Mendes down.
No.
Oh, this is so bad. I should really know this.
Do you want a hint? He plays for Swindon Town.
Oh, that's made it even worse. That's like the club I least watch.
His first name's Aaron.
Mate, that's no help. I was gonna say Callum Patterson because I thought they were on equal goals because I remember seeing something like that.
Callum Patterson is second.
He is second. He's on 13, isn't he?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah, I know that. I just don't know who's top.
Am I skipping it?
Well, whoever else is on there, because everyone else can have a go. Yeah.
I haven't got a clue.
Right. Okay. The answer is Aaron Drinian. I can't say that name.
Oh, yeah, I know.
He's got 17 league goals, I think, if I stand corrected. I could be completely wrong.
I'm having a
Right,
stink.
come on, Beecher. You've got this one, Beecher. I know you've got this one. I'm giving out double points because there's not that many questions left. Which League Two clubs returned to the EFL after promotion from the National League? Go on, Beecher.
Repeat the question.
Which National League sides returned to League Two this season?
6-7.
The two sides.
Beecher already answered it. Beecher already had it.
the two sides.
Sorry.
Okay, so Barnet.
Yep.
What else? Barnet was first.
I think it's not club with a B.
I
They're
wouldn't.
not.
Obvious one, but
It's
I would have
not
got this before this one.
really. Stop. It was last year.
I'll give you a clue. They're in the north.
Yeah, no help.
Oh, that knocked my one out.
Right, as assistant, we're skipping Beecher. Who's next? George.
Is it
Barnet and
Gateshead?
who?
Barnet and who?
Gateshead.
No, not Gateshead. They're in the non-league.
They're in the
Oh.
non-league.
It's a random
Did you
guess.
guess, Kaiden?
I thought Bromley.
No.
No, not Bromley.
No.
Right,
not
that
Bromley.
was a year ago.
Oh, fuck.
Am I giving the answer out?
Yeah, give it to them, Liam.
Yeah,
The answer is
it's really
Barnet
difficult.
and Oldham.
Yeah.
Stop.
Oh.
B. Who's
Oh,
on B?
Right, you've all got a chance of scoring points here. This is double points. Right, you all have a guess. It's a guess. It's a percentage.
Boys,
Approximately.
I have to go.
All right. Well,
So it's
George
between
is
me
out.
and
That
Beecher
means
then, so it
he's
opens
in
it
the
up.
lead.
Keep it on
Oh,
back.
my word.
I'll
Oh,
give Beecher my points.
No. We're not doing that.
Alright, see you, lads. See you
So
next
yeah,
week.
right, I'm gonna have to hurry up. Otherwise, this episode's going to end up being 90 minutes. Right. Okay. Both of you get a guess here, and that is approximately what percentage of League Two matches saw both teams score so far this season? Go on, Beecher first. Percentage wise.
As George has just left, I'm gonna do it in honor of him. 67%.
Okay, Kaiden, guess.
48%.
I can reveal the answer is 54%, which means Kaiden gets the points. And as it's double points, Kaiden is now up to 4 and leads 4-0. Obviously, George probably would have won, but we can't help that. Right, next question. Before we've got 2 more, and then I'll pass over to Harry. Question number 13. Which League Two club was near the bottom of the table during the season based on form?
Dons.
Yeah, go on.
Bristol Rovers.
Yes, you are correct.
Yeah.
Bristol Rovers is the answer. Beecher has got his first points of the evening to move himself up to 2 points, 2 behind Kaiden. It's all to play for now. It's 2 questions left. Question number 14. Which manager of Sheffield United was sacked early on in the 25-26 championship season?
Oh,
Go on, Beecher.
Oh my god, I'm blanking. I know who it is though. He was QPR head coach. Oh, what's his name?
thing is,
What's
I've
his-
probably got this wrong as well.
Oh my god, I know who it is. Oh,
Harry, don't say it, but do you know who it is? Yeah, he does. He knows who it is. I know. Well, obviously I know because I've got the answers.
wait. Can I have? I know he played. I know he was manager of QPR at one point. Can I have a hint on his name?
Nice.
He was not manager of QPR.
He was not.
No.
He's managed the team in League One. He's managed Reading.
You're on about the other one. Is it Ismail? I swear it's like Ishmael.
Not
Something.
Ismail, so I'll go to Kaiden.
No. Is it Ruben Selles?
It is Ruben Selles, which means Kaiden has won the quiz, but we'll go do the last question for fun, and hopefully you lot can... He's won the first round of the quiz, sorry. But hopefully this is just for fun. Which team did Sheffield Wednesday beat for their only league win of the season?
I'll let you guys answer this one.
I mean, it's pretty
only
obvious. I knew it
win.
without looking. They're in the relegation zone.
Beep.
Go on, Harry.
Portsmouth.
It is Portsmouth, but Kaiden wins round 1 of the quiz. George probably would have won, so I'll give a credit to George there. But we'll move on to Harry's part of the quiz. So Harry, fire away with your part of the quiz.
All right, it's a Watford quiz, but I'm gonna include Beecher because I'll give him some of the nicer questions. So instead, different format from Liam's, I'm gonna ask each of you an individual question, and each person is gonna have 5 questions. So ready? All right. Liam, in what year was Watford founded?
Oh.
Oh, come on.
1881.
All right. Very well done. 1 point to Liam. Next, Kaiden. What was the club originally called before becoming Watford FC?
Watford Rovers.
All right. Point to Kaiden. Beecher. Which legendary manager, who's got a statue outside the stadium, led Watford from 1977 to
Oh, come on.
1987?
Come on, Beecher. Come on.
I'm really doing a disservice to myself tonight.
His first name's Graham. He managed England.
Oh, Graham.
Come on, Beach.
It's literally a game named after him, isn't it?
Yeah, and there's a stand named after him.
I want to say Hulk, but it's not.
Oh,
What?
no, it's Graham Taylor. Oh, what a stinker. Okay.
Beecher.
All right.
Jesus.
Under that manager, Liam, Watford finished second in the first division. What was the season?
Is it 81-82?
No, it was not 81-82. It was 82-83.
No!
Unlucky. We're not doing second chances here. All right. Kaiden. No, I'm not going to give this question. I'm going to give this question to Beecher. Who was Watford's chairman during their rapid rise in the late 1970s and 80s?
Mate,
he was a musician.
Come on.
Oh, my God.
Wait. What did you say, Harry?
He was a musician.
Oh, Elton John. Yeah. That was my guess.
There we go. He's got
All
a stand named after him.
Jesus.
All right. Kaiden, off-topic question from what we've been going from. How much did we sell Odi and Igalo for?
Oh,
You get 1 million gap. So if you're one less or one more, I'll give it to you.
Jesus. So, 8 mil? It'd be more than that, but
No, he was our record transfer selling at the time for £20 million to China. All
yeah,
right,
it's
so
going to
no
be way
point there
off.
to Kaiden. Yeah, harder question. We're going to move on to. All right, Liam, hard question as well. What was the old name for the Graham Taylor stand?
Oh.
It was his name. That name of the stand up until 2017.
What? Can you give me a clue? Does it begin with an
Started
R?
with an R. We sold Furlong for it, and with that money, we built that stand. Fun fact: it was the first two-tiered stand without any pillars going down it built in England.
Oh, I'm gonna give it a wild guess because I feel like I know it, and I want to say if it's right. Is it Ruse?
I'll give it to you. It's the Row stand, and it's spelt like that. So
Oh
1
my god, I
point
got it
for
right.
Liam.
Oh my god.
Very well done there. I'm going. Okay, Beecher. What is the approximate capacity for Vicarage Road? I'll give you within 2,000. So you 2,000 less, 2,000 more.
Right. Well, you never fill it, and that's coming from a Dons fan, so that's pretty funny.
What, your 30,000 bowl of nothing? So I don't.
I'm gonna. Okay, so I know it's less than 30,000. I think. I wanted to say like 13,000, but that feels so low. I'm gonna go 17,000.
Nope, around 22,000. So I'm going to give you 20 or 24. So
Yeah.
unfortunately,
What's the exact?
I'm not sure. I rounded it so it's just easier for the quiz. All right, Liam, easy question. Should be done in a zip. Who was our manager in the 06 playoff final?
Lady Boothroyd.
Correct. 3 points to Liam, 1 to Kaiden, 1 to Beecher. All right. Okay. Which players scored 30 league goals in the 82-83 season?
Blissett.
Correct. Point to Kaiden. All right. Beecher.
Yep.
Which team did Watford face in the 1984 playoff FA Cup final? All right. Clue. Clue. They're right now in the Premier League, and they're a big club there. Not huge, but big.
Okay, let's lock in for a second. So it's not a big six. Not a big six.
No, but big club.
Big club. I want to go. Not Sunderland. It's not Burnley. It's a big Premier League club, but it's definitely not Tottenham. Crikey, my light's gone again. We'll just have to go with it and say Everton.
Point to Beecher. Absolutely brilliant.
Has he got that? Has he got that?
That's brilliant.
Oh my!
Well done.
Come on.
All right, Liam. This is a tricky one. Give me one of the scorers in our 1999 playoff final win against Bolton to send Watford to the Prem for the first time.
Oh,
Okay? One of them scored a bicycle kick. If you can tell me which one scored a bicycle kick, I'll give you a bonus point if you give me that one.
Oh,
But 1 point. All you have to tell me is the last name.
I'm thinking to myself Kenny Jacket, but I really don't know whether it is.
is it?
It's not. It's something.
I'm
more
going to have to
road.
push you for an answer, Liam.
Oh.
It will have to be a very smart answer.
Oh shit.
See, I thought along Liam's
You have to be
lines.
extremely right here.
I don't know. I honestly don't know. Oh, I know it's gonna kill me when he
5,
tells me who it is.
4, 3, 2,
No, I
1.
don't know.
All right. The answers were Nick Wright and Alan Smart. Nick Wright with the bicycle kick. And I said both of their names
Yeah.
while pushing you for time. So I'm trying to help you out. Okay.
I'm still leading.
I'm up for Kaiden. Which Italian family took ownership of Watford in 2012?
What type of question's that?
I'm going to give them
Can you tell me, Kaiden? But give me the you're going to get 1 point for this. And what company did they sell in order to buy all their football clubs? What type of company?
Well, first off, I'm going to call them the Wanker family. Sorry for the language. What company did they sell?
Incorrect. That's incorrect. That's not their name. So moving swiftly onward.
What's the answer?
Beecher. Watford achieved promotion to the Premier League in 2015. Who was their manager?
Oh no! You gave Kaiden the top.
No, to be fair, that is really difficult because you've got about 30 to choose from.
Right. I'm gonna give you a hint. He was a Slavic manager. He was from that area. And we sacked him as soon as we got promoted.
Oh, I know who it is.
If my knowledge is right, then yeah.
He is a known manager now.
No.
I don't think he is anymore.
He managed a few championship clubs after us, but
He's been with us more than once as well, I think.
no, he hasn't.
Twice, isn't it?
No.
Oh no, it's not him.
Might be not the one I'm thinking of then.
I know who it is now.
I was less than 8 when this happened, by the way.
Liam, I'll allow you to answer the question.
Is it Walter Mazzara?
Nope. Kaiden. 2015,
what was the question?
Kaiden. 2015 when we got promoted. Who was our manager? Come on. This is easy.
No, because the one I'm thinking of.
He's Slavic. He's from the Serbia area.
The one I'm thinking of.
I've got it.
The one I'm thinking of, I think, was later.
Kaiden, go.
It's not, but Ivic. That's the only one I can think of.
Liam.
It's in Jokanovic.
It's Jacob.
Oh.
All right. Final points. Right now, it's Kaiden with 2, Beecher with 2, and Liam with 4. This question is going to be double points. So, Liam, you need to get this right. Last question. Who was the referee that awarded the knockouts penalty which led to the famous Dini goal.
I've watched
giving
it
you a
back
10
so many
second
times.
countdown and I'm moving on.
I know it straight
10,
away.
9.
No, hold on.
Anthony Taylor.
No, it's not Anthony Taylor. Beecher and Kaiden. You know this, man. Come on.
No.
I won't. He will. I'll go Clattenburg.
No, Clattenburg. It's not.
No,
Kaiden,
please don't get it
draw
right.
it.
I'm stuck. No, because that was it Michael Oliver?
Michael Oliver gets it. Kaiden with 2 points. It's tied. The game ends tied. 4-4-2. Brexit formation. Kaiden with 4. Liam with 4.
I always get the refs.
Kaiden knows his referees. And with that, I think it's a perfect way for Kaiden to do the outro. So go on, Kaiden.
Well, it's been a whirlwind, about an hour and a half. So we hope you have enjoyed the 50th episode of the Hornet Talk. It's always a pleasure to bring you this podcast. Thank you to my amazing team. 50 episodes deep. Let's keep pushing until the end of the season. Next week will be our end of season special. So keep an eye out for that.
Don't forget the preview on Friday, guys.
Yes, the preview man has spoken.
And Unfiltered on Thursday with me
100%.
and Liam.
So we will see you all there and see you next week on Monday for the end of season special. You